Hi guys, good to be here with you today. I wonder who's been going out and doing the shopping for you and your household. My wife is doing the shopping for us during the lockdown, mainly because if I went, I wouldn't come back with the right things. So usually when I want something, I'll tell her what I'd like and then she'll say, yeah, that's fine, and she'll go out. But then when she comes back, she won't have the things I wanted and she'll tell me that she didn't get it because I either didn't need it or that it's just bad for me. But then she'll have a whole bag of sweets or chocolate just for her. It's just not fair. It can often lead to arguing and pettiness, usually with me eating all her things. Not because I like them, but because it will teach her a lesson. And I wonder how many of you are the same. How often do you ask for things but don't get them? That could be when someone goes shopping or to the chip shop or for your birthday or Christmas. We can often ask for things and sometimes we probably don't end up with what we wanted. We probably get something that is completely different or even nothing at all. When you don't get what you want, you become annoyed, even vengeful, and sometimes some people might even turn violent. What can often make matters worse is if you don't get what you want, but somebody else gets exactly what they want. You might start to sense the injustice, the inequality in what's going on, especially if it's a sibling. You might even try and take what they have or something else that they have that you want to have it for yourself and hope they don't notice. Not getting what you want can cause all sorts of problems. And as we continue journeying through James and on to chapter 4, we come to a passage that talks about this kind of stuff. It says in James 4, 1-4, "What causes fights and quarrels among you? Don't they come from your desires that battle within you? You desire, but you do not have, so you kill. You covet, but you cannot get what you want, so you quarrel and fight. You do not have because you do not ask God. When you ask, you do not receive because you ask with wrong motives, that you spend what you get on your pleasures." This passage is talking about the bad things that can happen when we don't get what we want. That we can fight, quarrel, and even kill to get the things we want. Now, I don't think I have to talk about that being a bad thing because to get to that stage, something has been clearly wrong anyway to get to that stage. And I'm sure that your mum, dad, husband or wife do want to get you the things you want, but that doesn't always happen. People don't always do what we want and often they have their own ideas. This passage is saying that we don't get what we want because we're asking the wrong person. We shouldn't be trying to find the things we want in people, but in God. God is someone who can do so much more than people and give us anything. I suppose that sounds like he's like our own personal genie. We can ask for anything we want and get it. I wonder what you'd wish for. For money, to be the smartest person in the world, or just for unlimited wishes. But if we read the rest of the passage and the rest of the Bible, we can see that that is not what God is like. He's not like a vending machine where we just get what we want. The passage also talks about that we do not get because we ask with the wrong motives. Yes, God does want the best for us, and yes, like the loving Father He is, wants to give us good things. But not everything we ask for seems to get answered. And the way I like to think about it is that by thinking about it through traffic lights. One light is green, one light is amber, and one light is red. Now when we come to God with things we want, which can be personal or worldly, that God answers them in terms of traffic lights. Sometimes the answer is green, which means yes, that is good, here you go. Sometimes the answer is amber, which means you can have it, but now is not the right time. But it will happen, just not yet. And sometimes the answer is red, which means God knows that our request just isn't good for us or for others. That we might not see at the time, but with time we will. God is a perfect Father and He wants to give us what we want, but the answer isn't always what we expect. Thinking about traffic lights can help us understand God and how He answers us more.